So it's almost Halloween, and I love reading this book, Goodnight Goon, and using it in my speech therapy sessions with my preschoolers and school age kids. I use it with kids all the way up to about second grade. And because I like it so much, I created a book companion, and I just want to show you some of the things that I have in here. Goodnight Goon is great for working on the G sound, and you probably know why, because it repeats Goodnight Goon several times throughout the book. So I have a fun little search and find. Goodnight Goon has it's visually appealing. There's a lot of random creepy things throughout the book, and this keeps some kids' interest. They try to look for certain stuff. Okay, I have a visual WH question sheet. I have compare and contrast, because that's really good for developing critical thinking skills. Compare Goodnight Goon to Goodnight Moon. Compare and contrast the child's room to the little werewolf's room. The little werewolf is the little guy who's trying to go to sleep, but the goon keeps waking him up and causing some mischief. You can write in what you want to compare and contrast. Maybe you want to compare and contrast the Martian to the mummy, or the skull to the, something else. They can draw a picture of their bedroom before reading the book. Then they can draw a picture of the little werewolf's bedroom and compare and contrast them. This is just an example of what we did one time. Oh, and then I love targeting listening skills when we read a book, because after they've read the book, you provide them they have a context of which to remember. So that's really, really important when you're targeting listening skills. So I have this scene, and you read a direction, either a basic one-step direction and then some two-step directions, and they follow along and they try to listen and complete that. Then I have something called draw and connect puzzles. So they draw a picture depicting the tier 2 vocabulary word, and then the other kids have to, or you, depending on if you're in a group or an individual session, have to put them together. Okay. And before you do the draw and connect puzzles, you probably may want to do the vocabulary puzzles to really get them familiar and confident with the vocabulary. And lastly, in my book companion, I have this, and this is just a fun way they can use bingo markers or bingo chips to cover up the pot of glue each time they target or say their target sound, which if you're reading Goodnight Goon, sometimes it's probably likely to be guh. And that's pretty much it. I hope you like it.